Hello, everybody. It's your boy Lumenaddy. Today's December the 31st, 2018, and let's get right into it. I know it's been a while since my last video, and there's a very good reason. Well, because I wanted to gloat about my prediction that I made back in August. But before I get into that, let's talk about Stellar. It's really important that I had the December candle form on the Stellar USD market, and now, since it's formed, I can get right into it and show you what I think is going to happen with Stellar in 2019 so you all can get your money up. Now, if the screen looks a little bit different from how my previous videos, it's because, and if the audio also sounds a little bit different, it's because I'm recording on my iPad Pro. I just got the 11-inch new iPad Pro. I would totally recommend it. It's an amazing device. I use it for all my trading, and I'm trying to make my videos on it now as well. All right. So what I have here is the Stellar USD chart on TradingView, and I'm using the logarithmic scale. So if you look down below here, you'll see the log is in blue, right? And it's the logarithmic scale. I've drawn trend lines. These are the trend lines I chose to draw. I have a very specific method in how I draw my trend lines. So that's my channel. And then I drew these horizontal trend lines to indicate where I believe the market is going to pull back to before we get the next bull run commencing. Not the bottom one here. There's an extreme one. I don't think it's going to reach here. More is going to be in this channel right there. Okay, so let's expand on this channel. Let's talk about the December candle that just formed. So the December candle obviously was a bearish candle with a pretty long wick. The key thing being that the wick crossed the lower band on the Bollinger Band, and how I have set up my Bollinger Band, that to me is a reversal sign. Anytime the price action pierces through the Bollinger Band, whether it be pierces through on the top and has a long wick, as in the all-time high over here, or when it gets down below, to me, these are signs of impending reversal in trends. Meaning, if you're having a bull run, then you're gonna have a correction or a bear run commence, and if you're having a correction, you're gonna have a bull run commence. So, what's gonna happen in January? Well, key things in January, as we always know from even last year, you have the Chinese New Year coming on. Investors don't like to hold on to any debt, so they're going to be selling all their positions. So you're going to see another bearish candle, or at least a long bearish wick, most likely. And I expect this wick to, if we go to the weekly charts, we'll get a better sense of where this candle's going to, where the price action is going to take us. I believe that it's going to take us till, sorry about that. If you look at on the weekly chart, my lower band of my Bollinger Bands gets into this key channel that I have drawn out, where the upper limit being around 6 cents, right, and the lower limit being around 4.5 cents, right there, 4.5 cents. So I believe when price gets into this channel right here is where you need to have all your buy orders. Okay, well, let me rephrase that. Where I'm going to have all my buy orders. You do whatever you want with your money, and you make sure you do your own research before you decide whether you want to invest, or before you decide where to invest in and how to invest in. But for me, where I'm going to put my money is when it reaches in this channel right here is when I'm going to have my buy orders in to rebuy up, because I expect in February, so in February, yeah, there we go, let's go. Around February 2nd or February 4th, I expect us to get back into this channel, where we should have the end of the sell-off from the Chinese New Year, or if it continues to just hover around here, bouncing back and forth between 6 cents and 4.5 cents, I expect price to eventually move back around September the latest, possibly July, but September the latest, because I really do expect price to break the previous all-time high this year in 2019. So I do expect price to move in past here, and touch the upper end of this channel. So why September? Because I believe FairX will come out this year. From what I've been reading, I expect FairX to come out this year. And for all of you that don't know, FairX is a banking solution that's going to be built on the Stellar platform, which will allow you to open checking accounts. I don't know about savings, but it'll allow you to open checking accounts keep your fiat currency on this Ferex platform, or instantly convert it to a crypto coin. So you could convert your fiat to Stellar, for example, and still have it on there and make a seamless transition between fiat and crypto while still having banking options where you can send money, receive money, and so forth. So I believe that to come out this year, which will obviously cause Stellar to break into all-time highs. So where is it going to get to in terms of the all-time highs for this year? My prediction is that it's going to hit $3. Where's $3? Right here. I believe it's going to hit $3, and that's around as early as July of this coming year, but also could be in January of this year, of next year, sorry. So January 2020, even from July 2019 to January 2020, I believe we're going to hit $3. Specifically $3.36. That's where my prediction is at, and then we're always going to revert back down, a little bit of a correction, and then we're going to keep going, bouncing through this channel. Where is our ultimate all-time high, and how long is it going to take us to get there? I believe I'm expecting price to get to around $15 to $20 by 2020 or 2021. $15 to $20 per XLM. That's right. And so a natural question people will ask is, well, if this is what's going to happen, no, don't delete anything. Where are my coins? Hold on one second. I'm trying to find. Oh, there we are. Okay. People generally ask, well, if we're going to be in a bull market, why not get into Bitcoin? Wouldn't that give me a better ROI? Nope, it will not. Because if you go to Stellar BTC and you look at the charts there, you see that Stellar has been gaining on Bitcoin, and right now it's in a correction. It should dip as low as, where is this? Around here is where I would say, which is 2,187 Satoshis. And then it's going to correct back up. Why? Because that's going to complete if you can see this dip right here, if you see this dip right here, right where this intersection is, if you look at this spot right there and where I expect the price action to get to, that's going to be a shoulder right over here, and then an inverted head and shoulder basically. And then I expect price to continue back up. So, so on the STR BTC chart, as price action will continue up, that means that Stellar's value is increasing higher relative to Bitcoin, and it's gonna break the previous all-time high, which is around 6,000 Satoshis. It's gonna break that. I think it's gonna hit 10,000 Satoshis this year, but definitely gonna break the previous all-time high. So therefore, it's going to make more sense to invest in Stellar than Bitcoin because you're going to see more ROI returns. If you don't believe me, just look at the previous, I want to say 2 years of price action for Stellar in relation to Bitcoin, and you will get your answer. Okay, so that covers Stellar and its price analysis. To recap, we're going to see somewhere between February to September, we're going to come back into the channel. The lows I expected to hit are 4.5 cents, and that's where I'm going to keep my buy orders at. And then when it comes back into the channel, the highs this year I expect to get to is around $3. All-time high by around 2020, 2021 will be around $15, $15 to $20. And that's that. Now let's go to Smartlands. The reason why I keep increasing my Stellar amount is because of Smartlands. I've told you a long time ago, read into Smartlands and see what these guys are about because they are disrupting the finance industry. So back in August 14th, 2 episodes ago of this year, I said the price at that point was 1.37. I can't get it exactly at that point, but it was 1.37, and I said Invest in there, and in 3 months, you'll have made a good return. Well, if you had invested there like I told you to, well, technically, I'm not telling you to. Well, if you invest in there, if you imitated me, I guess let me put it like that, because you should do your own research, and this is all for entertainment purposes only. But what I'm trying to say is that the price has gone 5 times higher. You would have got 5 times ROI return because it peaked at around 6.42 dollars, and now it's around 3.36, $3.46. So actually now is also a good time to get back in, and I keep getting back in whenever it corrects, and then I keep selling when it reaches all time high, and that is the way I have increased my stellar amounts 7 times over. So I've increased my stellar stack 7 times over in a bear market. Does that make sense to you guys? In a bear market, I increased my stellar stack 7 times over. So I wish you all the very best in 2019. I hope 2019 brings you all endless success and wealth and prosperity, and happiness and joy. Most of all, I hope 2019 brings you a grateful spirit that allows you to appreciate all the blessings that you have in your life. And with that, I will see you all in 2019. Peace.